1. Wayne Greenberg. You are listening at FameTV.info. In early October 1990, the University of Southern California, the #1 school of cinematic arts in the United States. Professor Anderson Horowitz, majoring in film and video, is reminding the graduating classmates of the precautions for graduation works. Listen, if you haven't taken enough credits yet, I hope you will take enough credits as soon as possible, and start thinking about your graduation project as soon as possible. There is less than one academic year left, and in my experience, if you do well, this will be a rare job resume . Wayne. Mr. Greenberg. Sorry, Mr. Anderson, I didn't have a good rest last night. I was thinking about the plan for my graduation project overnight. Wayne, who was in a trance, raised his head, looked at the teacher, and explained sincerely. Look, our Mr. Batman, maybe he went to save the world last night, maybe he came back before dawn. Hearing the laughter, Wayne S expression remained unchanged. He looked back at the talking big man, and continued to listen to Professor Anderson S reminder. If any classmate needs help, you can bring your script or plan and come to the office to find me. That get out of class is over, guys. Hearing the professor finished speaking, Wayne rubbed his forehead vigorously, packed his backpack and prepared to go back to the apartment. He did think about the script for a night last night, and was making choices in his mind even during class. When he was about to go out with his bag on his back, he just mocked Wayne S big man and blocked the door with a blonde woman in his arms. Mr. Superhero, I heard Katie say that you want to make a feature film as a graduation project. Buy it. I hope you can raise money for the film, maybe I can give you some advice on how much it costs to make a film. Wayne looked at him lightly, and after he finished speaking with the eyes of a clown, he said to him in a calm tone. Yes, of course I can raise funds. Do you need me to help you collect some? Anyway, yours is relatively short. Of course, I am not just referring to movies. Everyone knows that you always like to pick up what I have left over. He said, looking at the blonde beauty and shaking his head. Sorry, Katie, I am not just talking about you, I am talking about football and cheerleading. Hearing Wayne S words, the big man immediately turned red, clenched his fists, took 2 steps forward, remembered something, and stood where he was. Listen, Mr. Batman, my father has already prepared the funds for me to shoot, and Katie will appear in my graduation project as the heroine. Let me tell you where we are different. After graduation, I will appear on the crew smoothly and start an internship as an assistant director, while you will always work odd jobs in the small crew until you give up. Wayne watched him grow more and more excited, and pushed him away directly, not wanting to waste time on him, just arguing about how important it is to have a good father. He always felt that time was pressing and not enough. It been 20 years since he came to this era, and he working hard every minute, absorbing everything he knows about filmmaking, thanks to the rebirth benefit that may be given by God, a smart mind that never forgets. There are also the study habits of the Chinese in the previous life. He has been a human being in 2 lives, and he is learning everything in the plan at a terrifying speed. Since he was born in 1970, he has made a study plan since he entered elementary school at the age of 5, self-disciplined and firm implementation. At the age of 17, with excellent grades, he was admitted to the University of Southern California, the #1 school of cinematic arts in the United States, and he took enough credits in his junior year. He has prepared a 20-year plan and is about to start the first step, shooting a feature film of his own. The insomnia last night was also because of this, and he fell into the difficulty of choosing. The script he had prepared before began to make him a little hesitant. Coming to the parking lot, Wayne drove a black F-150 pickup truck and was about to go back to his rented apartment. This car was a college gift from his father, and old Greenberg thought a man should drive a big guy like that. The apartment he rents is not far from the school, a 5-minute drive away, which is convenient for him to attend classes. Even if he has enough credits at the beginning of his junior year, he is willing to go to other departments to audition. As long as it is related to film and television production, he is trying his best to understand. Parking the car downstairs, he took out the key and opened the door on the left of the 4th floor. He was ready to finalize the plan and write the script as soon as possible. Just as the door was about to close, the door on the opposite side opened from the inside, and walked out a tall blonde woman in pajamas and carrying a large bag of garbage. "Hey, come back so early, Don_T you have class." Wayne looked at the beauty to say hello, stopped the door that was about to be closed, and gave her a careful look. "Yes, I am about to graduate. I still have something to do, bye." He has been withdrawn since childhood, not gregarious, and does not like to deal with others. The reason for all this is that he has too many secrets in his heart, and he was always afraid to say some shocking words at first, and silence gradually became a habit later. As an adult who lived in his 30s in his last life, he had no common language with his peers since he was a child, and he understood the truth that if you talk too much, you will lose it. Just like the beautiful woman who greeted him just now, if he saw it in his previous life, he would be so excited that he wanted to sign an autograph and take a group photo. The single apartment is not large. There is a bathroom on the left side of the door, and a small balcony in front of it. The living room and bedroom add up to more than 50 square meters. These apartments are generally rented to nearby students, and a small number of them come to Hollywood to pursue their dreams. People, mainly relatively cheap, lying on the sofa. Wayne was fascinated by the various videotapes on the coffee table. In his freshman year, he was successfully selected for the football team, and after 2 training sessions, he was selected as the main quarterback. The coach looked at him as if he had discovered a piece of gold: strong and flexible body, tough character, excellent athletic ability, and most importantly, his brain that could memorize a whole tactical manual. /S a pity that he didn't /T have this ambition. He played quarterback for 5 years from high school to freshman year, and tried this exciting sport, but gave up in his sophomore year. And the quarterback who succeeded him was also his backup, the big man who was provocative today, Adam Goodman. The players and coaches always felt that he was too bad for Wayne, but Adam hated Wayne because of this. The two had been in conflict with each other since the sophomore year, and finally had a fight witnessed by the football players. Wayne /S boxing was reserved for him. Made a very deep impression. The provocation like today lasted for 3 years, but the ending was always the same. Just a few words from Wayne, who was usually taciturn, made Adam go into a rage, but he didn't /T dare to do anything. Katie was a cheerleader and had a relationship with Wayne, or almost all cheerleader girls had a relationship with Wayne. Wayne likes her good figure, and she prides herself on having with school figures. There are such girls in every school. As long as their vanity is satisfied, they can take them anywhere. Wayne /S high school career from grades 9 to 12, and now his college career, is full of them. They can let Wayne learn to fully relax the tense brain. Gulu /S stomach was protesting. He glanced at his watch. It was past lunch time. Get up and open the refrigerator, take out 2 sandwiches made in the morning, and sit on the balcony in front of the typewriter, looking at the pedestrians outside the window swallowing their sandwiches. Wayne crackled and typed the name of his graduation project, Happy Death Day. Terry, who was brutally killed on her birthday, woke up still alive. She thought it was just a nightmare on the eve of her birthday. How could she know that the experience after waking up was exactly the same as that of a dream? She was brutally killed on her birthday, and then woke up again. Whether it was a gift from God or a joke from the of death, she was killed an infinite number of times and returned to her birthday morning an infinite number of times. Terry wakes up and then dies. She dies and wakes up again. The only thing she can do is to find out the mysterious murderer who killed her, otherwise she will be trapped in the infinite cycle of birthdays and death taboos, forever. This is his earliest planned movie. The production cost is relatively small, and the time cycle is not new. The old love and family love. Don /T think these old routines are bad. Innovation always means unpredictable risks. these Hollywood rotten routines constitute this well-structured dark horror comedy. The main reasons for choosing this film are its clear selling points, low cost, few main actors, and low requirements for acting skills. Moreover, acting is influenced by the emotions of the chief officials. Unless there is too much difference, it is really difficult to judge. This film has successfully proved itself in the past life, and it is not the way that Blair Witch and Ghost Records rely on the tricks of the distribution company. For Wayne, it is how to make it completely. He knows that for the same story, the effects of different directors are completely different. For a full week, Wayne worked frantically. When he was hungry, he called for a burger and pizza, and when he was sleepy, he went back to the bedroom and fell asleep. Sometimes I write halfway through, and then I have to consider the actual shooting problem and go back and revise it again. After he did not know how many times he had revised it, he looked at the script in front of him and nodded with satisfaction. This was the most suitable version he wrote based on the picture in his mind, and in combination with shooting and other issues, pinning the script aside, he started writing the long-planned project proposal. Although he knew that no company would ever invest in him as a novice, and that the film must be made by himself, he still tried to put everything in front of him. This week, he hardly left the apartment. Every meal was hamburger and pizza sandwiches. When he woke up the next day, he could smell the sour smell of his body. Shaking his head and walking into the bathroom, Wayne washed himself hard, picked up the razor and looked at the tired young man in the mirror. He is about 1.85 meters tall and weighs less than 80 kilograms. Yu Kanshu www.yuyukanshu.com has smooth and strong muscles, a flaxen round head, a tough face, and the characteristics of Jewish descent are almost invisible. The breath of a tough guy is blowing. The most fortunate thing in this life is his appearance, which is the biggest reliance on his taciturn to attract girls. The girls here don /t like white little milk dogs, but a typical strong and tough guy like him. After cleaning himself up and putting on a clean suit, Wayne took the script and drove directly to Professor Anderson /S office at the school. When Wayne knocked politely twice before pushing the door in. Professor Anderson was reading the script and pointed to the sofa opposite. It was not the first time Wayne had come here. He skillfully took the cup and took a cup of coffee himself, and sat on the sofa waiting for the professor. The script was not long, 2 pages long. After more than 10 minutes, Anderson put down the script in his hand, took a sip of cold coffee from the cup, and sat beside Wayne. I haven't /T seen you this week. It /S very surprising. Did you go back to the farm to visit your parents? Professor Anderson greeted him familiarly. He was also Jewish. The professor took great care of him from the moment he entered school. Anderson was very optimistic about this smart and hard-working child. He first shook his head and said, I didn't /T go back. I stayed in the apartment for a week. I didn't /T go out very much. I kept making plans for my graduation film. Teacher, you know how much I prepared for this day. Anderson looked at him seriously. The child /S self-discipline in learning once surprised him and made him willing to help him as much as possible. Of course I know, is that this? Anderson pointed to the file bag on the coffee table. Yes, I brought it as if I wanted the teacher to help me see it. I have been thinking about this plan for a long time. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.